Now this video is a short follow-up on a live stream that I did where I said never mind the new Pope, look at the obelisk, never mind the fanfare of what was happening on the day of the announcement of the new Pope. So in that video I made a mistake. I said that the obelisk was created in 1568. No, it was moved in 1568 to the location in St. Peter's Square. It was moved. It arrived about 40 AD and was part of the Roman Empire. So we're going to look at an interview that was done, and it triggered me to realize I had made a mistake. And this interview here, this gentleman here, the Most Reverend Robert Barron, will bring it up about the obelisk.
Jesus Christ rose from the dead. So that's the Pope's job, and that's the first thing he's done.
Yeah, there was one moment there where he invoked the martyrdom of St. Ignatius of Antioch during that homily. And Bishop, your thoughts on that aspect of the Petrine ministry, which we rarely talk about. I mean, this square that we sit in front of, this is where St. Peter himself was crucified upside down and then buried like a mile further. But this is where it all happened. Connect the dots there for me.
I think about that all the time when I come here, this grand Renaissance piazza and everything. But, right, Peter was brutally put to death, probably just over that way, where the Circus of Nero was. They think the last thing he might have seen is that obelisk that's still here. They dragged his body over to the Vatican Hill and threw him in the ground. It was remembered by the small Christian community all those centuries. That's Peter's witness. He gave his life to testify to the risen Christ, and that's the Pope's job. And it's a job unto death. It's a total dedication. Peter, do you love me more than these?
Okay, so he says that the obelisk has always been there, but actually it was in another location, maybe a mile from here or so, and later it was transported and placed here. Now the question is, why would the representatives of Christianity bring this symbol, which is a symbol of mystery religions, ancient mystery religions? Now mystery religions are founded in the occult, basically founded in the contacting of the devil and the devil's demons and foul spirits and evil spirits. So if St. Peter sees this before he dies, it was the symbol of Rome. It was the symbol of the very power that was killing him. So you can go to this site here, and it'll tell you that it is one of 13 obelisks of Rome. It is in St. Peter's Square. Now, according to history, it comes from Heliopolis on the Nile, and it came to Rome, but before that it was in Alexandria in Egypt. Now Caligula, Roman Empire, had it shipped to Rome in 40 AD, and it was placed at the center of the Circus of Nero. Which is close to the site of the Vatican City. It remained in that position, but it was moved, and this is a diagram supposedly of moving it to its current site, and it was moved in 1586. I think I made a mistake. I said 1568. 1586. And then all the decorations and the oval shape and the circle shape was constructed around it much later. So the big question is, why in the world would the representative of Christianity even allow this to exist? In the Bible, in the Old Testament, over and over again, they are commanded to destroy the sites of the worship of the false god of Baal. They are commanded to get rid of the high places, they're called. In other words, God doesn't want to see any of this. There should be no false gods before him, and certainly no idols. Idol worship was the number one leading cause of apostasy in the Old Testament. So this item, which is called an obelisk, is really a phallic symbol, and as a phallic symbol, most likely it represents Nimrod in the Old Testament, and Nimrod was probably a manifestation, physical manifestation of the devil, and Nimrod would be responsible for the building of the Tower of Babel and for the introduction to the world of what we know as mystery religions. Now, mystery religions basically are witchcraft, and they have all kinds of forms and appearances, but basically the devil wants worship, and we know that from the Old Testament. We know it from the New Testament. And this is a symbol of devil worship. So that's why I said in that other video, never mind the new pope on the balcony. Never mind the bands playing. Never mind the Swiss Guard in their decorative uniforms. Take a look at this thing. This tells you the truth. It's an idol. It's representative of devil worship. And just to reaffirm to you once again, because this is so vital to understand, the three obelisks you need to pay attention to are one in St. Peter's Square, two in the city of London, not metropolitan London, but the city of London, and three, Washington, D.C., known as Washington Monument. Now, each obelisk represents the conquering of government in Washington, D.C., economy in ancient city of London, and in St. Peter's Square, world religion. So we are on the verge and the convergence of these three things coming together, which represents what's called the New World Order, which represents the fact that the devil is saying everything belongs to me. Government, religion, and economy. Now the good news is this: it's absolutely false. Because everything belongs to Jesus. And when Jesus returns, he will ensure that the age to come, the new world order, will be under his perfect authority and government. And that's what you find in the Old Testament too. References to Jesus Christ, who will be the ruler of everything forever and ever. And the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father. To the glory and praise of Jesus Christ, I dedicate this video. Thank you for watching.